Hey guys, how you doing? Coaching for the Soul Thursdays at 3 has begun. Don't mind the double sty in my left eye. Okay, we're still going to do the program. If you're watching this on my YouTube channel, please subscribe to the channel. Please like the video, and please leave a comment, even if it's an icon, an emoji, whatever, because YouTube will take the algorithms and send Coaching for the Soul around the planet to people who need a little bit more Coaching for the Soul. So today's going to be a really good day. We're talking about Jupiter and Uranus, and we're talking about the solar eclipse, and we're talking about a number of things. So hang on and watch it. It's going to be good. Hey, Kathy. Yep. So, yeah. Solar eclipse was pretty good. Kind of let some energy go like it's supposed to. Hey, Kimberly. And, yeah. And energy's flying. It's zooming. And everybody's in that quantum energy, right? So we're all learning all kinds of things that we didn't know before as they're being activated. Yeah. So, yeah, it's going to be a good program. So we'll see how many people pop on here, and we get going in a second or two. Yeah. Here we're going to talk about how to deal with the energy and how to get back on track. So that we can absolutely take advantage of the quantum energy. Hi, Nancy. Hey, Amanda. Yeah, so going to do some backtracking, right? Do that and refresh ourselves with what we need to do every day and things like that, and some other references. So it's going to be pretty cool, This week's been pretty up and down, but it's been okay. Right? I've had a lot of people call and say things are pretty good. Other times people are saying, yeah, you know what? It's not really, what's going on? What do I do? Hey, Robin. Yeah. So, anyway, so we're going to start. Okay. One thing Spirit wants to talk about first is what we have to do every day. Okay. And I talked to, Kimberly this morning about it. I posted on my Facebook page, Bill Clairvoyant. I forget the man's name, but he's a monk. And Spirit brought him to me last week, and he connects to me like, wow, it's fascinating. What he says connects to me in my heart and my head, right? So I posted on my Facebook page yesterday, and it's all about what you, or maybe it was this morning. This morning. It's all about your morning routine, okay? What you do in the morning that sets the energy for the day. Now, I'm not a morning person at all, but I'm going to start to follow this this program, right? It's just what you do between the time you wake up and the time that you by the afternoon, like noon. All right, but what time you wake up and what starts the day. Getting outside and getting fresh air is huge. That's the number one thing that he says you should do. By walking, but be as mindless as you can, because every time that we wake up, what do we wake up to? We wake up to our brain working about all of the bad things that happened in our lives or are happening at the moment or whatever. To change that, right? And that makes total sense. Because when we're going through this energy, we're not knowing exactly what to do because we've never been in it before. So when you wake up in the morning, do not think. Be as plain as you can, be as empty as you can, he says. And then get out in the morning and walk as soon as you can. Get fresh air in your lungs because you've been in the stagnant air in your bedroom, on your couch, wherever, all night long. And that's true because that energy has a tendency to wane because no one's alive, basically. They're all asleep in the house, the apartment, whatever, your bedrooms, whatever. So that I agree with 100%. And then he goes on to talk about what else you should do for the next 3, 4, 5 hours. And it all makes sense. So I'm going to, I can't post it here, but it's on my Bill Clairvoyant page on Facebook. All right. And I believe and I can't put it on Instagram. So it's just on my Bill Clairvoyant Facebook page. I will find out what his name is and I will post it in the comments. Okay. So that right there is something that will change how you, hang on. It'll change how you accept the energy in the morning and throughout your day. But he's all about having a clear mind. And that's true. And meditating quietly, right? I'm into guided meditations, as everybody knows, because they clear my energy, right? They clear what is hidden from me, because I've done a lot of clearing, and there's still more things in there. All right, still more things in there, and there's also a guided meditation that I put on my Facebook page, fear of failure. All right, and clearing that up with Uriel, Thor, and the orange and black dragons of Saturn. Blew my mind when I listened to it, right? And I listen to it almost every single, about every 2 days, all right? That's another thing that will help clear out the black dots, like Spirit calls them, right? That are down in your gut that you do not know that is there. And like I said last week, I found out about my shame of being a stutterer when I was a kid. And I just closed up. I didn't say anything anymore, didn't do anything anymore, because I didn't want to look foolish, as kids do not, right? I mean, it's already gay and tiny, so that didn't work. So I didn't even know that was in there. But I know that I have to go deep inside my subconscious to pull out things so that I can become, with the energy, the person I'm supposed to become and move forward. And that's what all of us want, right? All of us want that. And like myself, I don't know how to do it. But because my spirit guides listen to everything that they say, and I listen to them, right? And you should too, because I listen to everything that you actually comes out of your mouth. That meditation came the next day. Yep. First thing on my YouTube feed, right there. I went, okay, got to do that. Because fear of failure. We all have it. All of us have it. And trust me, you do the meditation, you will feel much better, and you will start to work on a different line of energy that you didn't know that you could. It's in my weekly practice now, because it is so intense and just so clearing of those things, right? Okay. Then going to talk about what we have to do, especially in April. April is a crazy month for energy, right? Something that we've never been in before. And it is up and down and up and down. It's very volatile. It's Mercury retrograde, right? So you got all those, you have the solar eclipse, the lunar eclipse. Yeah, it's a lot. Okay, it's a lot. So what we have to do, again, daily practice, right? Getting outside. I mean, today it's raining in Detroit. And I still went outside because I had to take the dog out, right? So that gets me outside. But again, what do you think about? Because we think all the time, unfortunately. And when we're not conscious of that, it can absolutely put us in a freaking rabbit hole. And during Mercury retrograde, it makes it feel like it is 1,000 times more intense when it's not, all right? Even with quantum energy, running 1,000 times quantum energy, right? We're zooming, it's already the 10th or the 11th of April already. It just started, right? It was just, it's crazy. It's going so fast, and time goes fast during the day. So you really have to be mindful of what you are doing all day long if you're not at work. Okay, but even at work, you have to be mindful of, why is it taking me so long to do this, and also why is the time flying so fast? Because they don't match. Don't match at all, right? I mean, today, at 3 o'clock happened like that. Like, holy cow, this is crazy. Because I was thinking it was like 1. No, Bill, it's almost 1. It's almost 3 o'clock. So both of those things have us on such a fast track that I have to keep notes, right? I've got to do this, because if I don't, I won't do them. I don't know. I'll be off in Never Never Land, right? So what we have to really do, meditation. Guided meditation is like, there's a thumbs up again. I don't know where that comes from, guys. So yeah, it's very funny. Well, next we might have balloons, or we also get fireworks sometimes too. So meditation, quiet and guided. All right. Watch what you eat. Lots of spring water. Do not drink tap water. It's dead. Alkalized water is fine too, right? But just don't drink tap water, because they put so much bleach in there, so much chlorine, especially for us, because it comes out of Lake Huron, right? In the middle of it. They have to purify it. and purified water is gross. So we just want to make sure that what we're putting into our bodies is as good as you can possibly get. Because with spring water, you have the fauna, right? You have the fauna in the water, and which your body will use because it came from the earth, right? That's all I drink because I can't drink anything else. Everything else is gross. So I drink 4 big things a day, sometimes 5, just because I'm thirsty all the time. And so it nourishes my body, right? Keeps me so that when I'm ready to eat, I can eat. And that's a good thing. So how much sleep are you getting? What time are you going to bed at night? What time are you waking up in the morning, right? How much do you talk to yourself in the morning? How much do you talk to spirit in the morning? Very important, very important. Understanding that every night we cut ourselves off from source, right? Every morning, every night we cut off ourselves from source. And then in the morning when we wake up, that's why our dreams can be really cool before we wake up, because we're connecting with that antenna to the divine, right? So you can have somebody come to you that you love that has passed, and it'll feel like they're hugging you. In fact, I have a really important person in my life whose wife just died, and he's a family friend. He's kind of like my uncle. And it's so interesting is that 2 weeks ago, I think it was, he texted me on my phone. He's 90, and he says, Bill, my dad and him were best friends. And Bill, your dad was here this morning. I'm like, he says he was young, and my dad was olive skin, tanned, dark hair, and looked fantastic. And he gave me a hug. So, right, this man is a Methodist to his heart, to death. Doesn't really believe in what I do, but he does believe in what I do because he can talk to his wife, right? So when he did that, he said, Bill, is that real? Of course it's real. Of course it's real. How come his wife didn't come? She's only been gone for 2 months, maybe 3. I said, she doesn't have the energy yet to actually put herself together, her energy together, because they're just kind of like energy floating around, and actually come through the Earth's atmosphere and actually come down and give you a hug. He goes, Bill, he looked fantastic, younger than I ever thought he'd look, but it was one of, and I felt him give me a hug, and I went, there you go. See, been asking for something to happen to make it seem like what he was telling me was true. Okay, that is pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. But how does that come? It comes by you making sure that you are paying attention to what you're doing, right? Paying attention to what they want you to do. Many times people will say, well, Bill, I don't hear them. I don't hear them either. I mean, it's they'll either send me a text, or it'll be a picture, or sometimes it's just a conversation like it is now. But it's easier when I'm talking to clients, friends, because their energy pumps my energy up. Doing this does the same thing, but they don't have anything to tell anybody. They need to tell you. So I have to pump them for information sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes I actually do. So when you start to hear them, because you're going to, I'm telling you, Solar Eclipse was the pinnacle of energy shift. Energy shift like you're not going to believe in the next 3, 4, 5, 6 months. Okay? You're going to be like, what the hell and when did this happen? The solar eclipse. Okay? So it was across the United States like it was supposed to be. All right? We all know why. And all about us seeing it and feeling it. Now for me, I was on my balcony during the whole thing. We were at 99%. And it was absolutely, and I was kind of in the one in 2017. But it was absolutely spiritual. Connected to my heart, connected to the divine. It is just transformation, Spirit says. It's going from 3rd dimension to 4th dimension and higher for all of us. And that's what that actually did, was shift us to higher dimensional energy. So what we're going to have to do is make sure that we take care of ourselves. Because what are you eating, right? What are you drinking? Are you drinking enough? Again, bed. What time are you going to bed? What time are you waking up in the morning? What are you doing throughout the day when you're not working, right? And working can be exhausting right now. Why? Simply because it's a third dimensional energy, right? But you're probably higher than that. And time is zooming by. But they expect you to do more work than what you did before in 3D. Does that make sense? Because they don't want to hire anybody. Or they can't hire anybody. Or whatever it might be, because 3D is collapsing right now, Spirit says. It's collapsing, right? And there's going to be a pocket of 3Ders that are going to be on the planet until 2026, 2027, maybe 2028. And then they're going to start to disappear. We don't know how. We just know, I know that they're going to just go. And more catastrophic things are going to start to happen that are meant to happen. There's no reason why. Earthquakes and things like that. And we just can't be afraid because it's all in our soul journey exactly what's going to happen. We're not going to be touched at all. Okay? Anybody who watches Coaching for the Soul or who's connected to the divine, to their guides, is not going anywhere. Their family's not going anywhere. Okay? Grandkids, children, it's not going anywhere because of you. All right? Because there's someone in your family that actually is connected to the divine also. Sometimes more than one or two. Okay? So it's about making sure that you are doing your talking out loud. Right? I talk in the shower because it's the best connection because I'm not thinking about anything in the shower, right? I'm not. It's the greatest thing ever. My brain is completely calm when I'm in the shower. So I have my conversations there. And you guys all know if you watch the program that I get lots of answers. Lots of answers. More answers than I do sitting on my freaking couch, which is kind of weird, right? The way it is. We all will find our place that actually works for us. I'm not surprised, but people that I have taught about talking out loud, they're amazed at what they get. They're amazed at what they get. You have to ask what you want. You have to, right? But you got to get out of the damn way so they can bring it to you. They can't get through the energy if you're not willing to calm down. Be quiet, right? Much easier. The circus outside is the circus outside. Your domain needs to be calm. Your brain needs to be as calm as possible. I know. With Daisy, sometimes it's hard. I love my dog. I love her. But man, sometimes, like today, she's only went out one time. She's a radical, crazy girl today. Because she wants to go outside and walk 4 or 5 times a day. We can't do that because I've been busy all day. Which is to her, like, why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you playing with me? Why aren't you doing, and I give her hugs and kisses. But sometimes that's not enough for a 9-month-old puppy, right? Same thing with our kids. Same thing with our husband or our wife, right? But you gotta be conscious of that, and you have to be able to give them love if you can't give them the attention. Okay? Pat on the shoulder, a hug, whatever, right? And that's what they need because again, they need, the family needs, the puppy needs affirmations, right? That you actually are still loving them. I just can't give you my attention at the moment, but I will later. That's what's important, especially for kids, right? Especially for kids, because they're already connected to the divine. They're already connected to spirit, right? Especially if they're young. Because anybody born after the year 2000, they come in with this much baggage and they're connected to spirit automatically. They just don't know it yet. Kids born after 2012 are already connected to the divine 100% with no baggage. 2012 is when we went from masculine energy for 2,000 years into feminine energy for 2,000 years. All right? That's why there's all this upset about the abortion thing, because we're not in that energy any longer. Okay? And that's the conflict, is that old white guys want to reenact something from 164 years ago. Okay? Because they can. Well, that energy is not going to stay. It's not going to last. And so, again, don't freak out about that because I'm in Michigan, so it's all codified in our Constitution, so it's all good. But other places around the country are not. But November's coming, right? Again, that's when feminine energy takes over. It is the pushback on masculine energy that's been in charge for 2,000 years. Okay? Keep that in mind. We're in this transformational period as of 2012, right? And it's all about the pushing back and changing how things have been done for 2,000 years. That's a long time, right? A long time. So keep that in the back of your mind, right? Keep it in your head and say it to yourself out loud, not in your head. Well, Bill, that's just because the energy shifting, blah, 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 blah. Don't keep it in your head, because ego will take it and twist it and make you not say it ever again. Trust me, it will. Ego will do that. Sorry, Daisy. Yeah, okay? Now, enough about that. I think so. Hang on. Okay. Okay, so as you, okay, month of April is going to be very, very jacked up, right? Because of all the astrological things that are going on, right? May and June are going to be much better, much better, much better, much better. Okay, and the rest of the year is going to be fantastic. So just keep that in your mind, keep that in your heart, that it's only, Mercury retrograde ends on the 30th, so that's going to be a good thing. But after the 15th, 16th, it starts to wane, meaning the energy gets less and less and less and less and less. Then there's a 10-day shadow after that, but it's not really a lot of energy that's there, but it will trigger some people who are not connected and are not conscious, all right? May and June are going to be absolutely fantastic. The awesome thing is May starts the 20th of April. All right? So things will start to shift in the next, 16, 17, 10 days, right? And thank you, Nancy. One of my friends just texted, Daisy texted me, she says she needs a snack. Like, okay, we'll get that for you right after I get done 5 o'clock. Thanks, Nance. Thanks for the message. Super, super important, right? Now, the reason May and June are fantastic, the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction on the 20th of April, okay? Conjunction means they're right next to each other in the sky. Only Uranus is further out than Jupiter is, right? Okay? But in the sky, they look like they're right next to each other. And so the energy is pulling back and forth. They're trying to they're renewing their friendship, Spirit says. Now, Jupiter is a planet of expansion. The planet of just get anything that you want. Talk, right? And Uranus says, okay, come on, revolution. Let's rock this place. Time to go. No time like the present. Come on, let's get it. Come on, let's get it. Come on, let's get it. Come on, let's go. So, and Uranus and Jupiter's all about that, right? But it can't go as fast as Uranus wants it to. Kind of like a kid who wants to go to the park or whatever, and they want to go now. So they're sitting in the car waiting for the parent to come and take me to wherever I want to go. And they're like, oh my God, where are they? Oh my God. That's the connection between Jupiter and Uranus, okay? Because Jupiter is the planet of expansion, ask for what you want. Then get out of the freaking way, right? Extremely, extremely abundant starting probably at the end of this month, all right? Now, Uranus is about earthquakes and revolution and things that destroy, right? Jupiter's about building it up. Come on, let's go. Let's make it beautiful. We don't care about the money. Come on, let's go. So the energy actually started before the lunar eclipse in March, right? That's why the earthquakes and things were happening in the United States, all right? So as we go forward, ask for what you want, no matter what it is. Except for health, right? They can't keep you alive. It doesn't work. There's that thing again. It doesn't work, right? Because your soul journey says when you're going to die, plain and simple. Your expiration date is this date at this time, and you can't change. You can't change that. Anything that has to do with getting like Receiving documentation and things like that, that'll have to wait till sometime in May because of Mercury retrograde. But if you want something monetary, want a new car, want a house, anything that you want, money, $1 million, whatever it might be, set the intention. Set the intention to your guides, to spirit, right? And leave it alone. Leave it alone. But if you don't tell them how much money you want, they're going to give you $1. Straight out. You're going to find a $5 bill on the ground. Well, you didn't say about how much you wanted. Well, don't you know? No. We have to voice what we want so that they can actually give it to us. The cool thing is, it's already on the way. It's funny how they trick us. We're all going to be extremely abundant, right? I've told you guys that. A lot of people are going to move this year. I hope one of those people that is moving this year. Say, well, where's the money going to come from? Don't worry about that. You just need to understand that when you get the inkling to look at a house, look at a house. If you get an inkling that I'm being offered a transfer to another place, take the transfer. Chimes. See? So that's what's in the process of coming to us. And they want us out of 3D, Spirit says. Again, that was another milestone of the solar eclipse, getting us out of 3D. He says they're all bunching up at the top of 3D, not believing that they need to go there. Jupiter, Uranus, push, he says. Will put you, okay, boom, go. Go, 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 go. Because Uranus is like, go, 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 right? And Jupiter's like, oh, hell yeah, let's go. See? So it's all happening in the month of April. And we just have to make sure that we're conscious. Pay attention. Just pay attention. And get out of your heart space if you're feeling hurt. If you got to cry, cry. Cry your freaking heart out, because that's the best way to clear your energy. The best way to clear your emotions is by doing that. By doing that. On the same kind of note, I did the meditation this morning, and it was so interesting. I was about 3 years old, and having fun with my sister, who was in a carriage, my older brothers. My mom was there, but it showed me happy. Now, I don't know any time that I've been happy in most of my life. I'm too serious, very serious as a Capricorn. Determined, right? Determined to make my mark. Determined to I don't need anybody. Well, that's not true. At 64, I get that I need somebody now, right? But it was nice to see in my meditation. It's the wellness and yoga, the one I spoke about earlier. And it was very, very cool. It was very, very cool because I was having fun. And like I said, I don't remember a time where I was always disappointed in things because I thought they should be big and grand, right? I expected that, and I didn't. It hasn't happened that way. But I've had a really cool life. I've done a lot of cool stuff having to do with work, right? That's what Capricorn does. We focus on our job, and if we focus on our job, we make good money. Okay, now I can have fun. If I don't have that job and I don't have that money, I'm going to be sitting on the couch all day. And that happens, right? In third dimension. Fourth and fifth dimension and higher, it doesn't happen like that. Why? Because everybody's abundant. Everybody's abundant. And it's going so fast. Why? Because they need us to get into those dimensions. Even if they have to push us, Spirit says. If we got to push it, we'll do it. But we need you guys up here. Or up here, let's say. Whichever way you want to do it. Here or there. Into 4 and 5D. So that you can explain to people exactly what I explained to you guys. Because you're going to need to. Trust me, there'll be a lot of people once your light starts to go off, which is going to happen in the next 2, 3, 4 weeks. I'm telling you, that solar eclipse was everything. Everything. And you'll see a change. You'll see a change. You'll see your dreams change, right? Because they have to let go of all of the stuff that's deep down in yourself, right? In your subconscious that you don't know is there. I don't know it. I didn't know any of this. The picture that Brenda's sister painted for me, and I listened to her commentary at least twice a week, blows my mind. Blows my mind. Blows my mind. It's very cool because it triggered something in me to do that meditation, right? It came, but also absolutely digging that stuff up that's been in the dirt for God knows how long. I mean, the 3-year-old thing, well, it's 61 years ago. Think about that. How did I get to be 64? About that? It doesn't feel right at all. I'm like 40, maybe 42. No, Bill, you're freaking 64. So when I got that, right, when I got that story, that picture, right, the video, I was thoroughly in love. I was like, oh my gosh, look at me, how cute I am, and how and how I don't have a care in the world, right? And then it went to a we used to go to the party store. 7-Elevens are like party stores in Michigan, and we always would ride in the station wagon to the party store, right? And after I saw the 3-year-old video, right then after that, I was probably 6 or 7, and I got my face pressed up against the window because they lived down the street from our house at the top of the street. Of course, my mom and dad would be out in the driveway or whatever, right? And they were, and I put my face up against the window, made a goofy face, right? Don't remember that. But those things like that are pretty awesome because what that is those two things were happy things. They were happy things. The kid that didn't have anything on his mind. We all have that, everybody. We all have that stuff deep down inside of us. We just have to allow ourselves to access it. And if we go through this transformation and we get into 4 and 5D and higher, you guys are going to be just flooded with all kinds of cool stuff that you never remembered that happened. That was cool. Because normally what we do with ego, right, pull up the bad stuff. When you go into your subconscious, that's the good stuff, usually, right? For me, it was. And it makes you think. And this is the time that you can think because you want to look at that and go, oh my gosh, and it touched my heart. I'm like, oh my gosh, I remember that. I remember those things happening, right? Them. And they're doing that, I'm trying not to cry, because I need to know that stuff, right? I need to know that I had those times and that people in my life accepted that. I was a stutterer, right? And I was little. And I was a feminine little boy. And yeah, right? I mean, I was just Billy. And that's what I found amazing if I look back at that. And we all have amazing things that happen to us. We do. People will say, no, Bill, I never had. Well, I thought the same exact thing. And when you sit down and you kind of contemplate and you do that freaking meditation, right? You kind of go, oh, okay, I get it. And it makes you feel good that everything wasn't so heavy, right? Unless it was work. Work I loved. It was great. Yeah, I could be myself, that self. But now I'm trying to put those two selves together. I have to. To go forward, we all have to. I'm a good actor, very good actor, because I've had to be an actor my entire life, right? With the stuttering, I just didn't say anything. Yeah, I was cute little boy, right? Everybody thought I was great, but I didn't say a lot. My vocabulary is very, very, very small, very tight, because I didn't learn how to speak very well because of the stutter. Right? Couldn't say my B's, couldn't say my P's, couldn't say my S's at all. Couldn't say my Z's. I would just stumble. And so I finally just stopped and I was all embarrassed. I was embarrassed all the time. So I just stopped talking, right? That's what we do to survive, but also to shelter ourselves from ridicule. And thank God that's changing, right? Thank God. But we have to look at that and we have to let that go. I didn't remember about the stuttering at all until last week. I think I've talked about it on Coach for the Soul. So again, as we come out of the solar eclipse, everything is brand new. So when you get the sense that you need to let it go, that you need to revisit it, okay? Because you can't let it go unless you revisit it. Revisiting it allows you to see how it's not that serious. Unless it was something traumatic, right? being traumatized is very important. Being very important to look at that and then forgive yourself in ways that you can, because it wasn't your fault. It was somebody else's fault, right? Again, right place, right time in the negative sense, And we have to look at that, forgive ourselves, send love, which is very hard sometimes. And when it comes up again, no, I dealt with that. No, Bill, I dealt with that. Let that go. Bill, I'm not that person anymore. Bill, we're not that person anymore. Bill, let that go. And it disappears. Might come back once every year, right? No, what is that about? We let that go a year ago. It goes right away. It's ego's way of trying to capture you in the bubble of dysfunction. See? So when that happens, again, knock it down. Ego, that's not true, that's a lie. Ego, that's not true, that shit's a lie. It's a lie. I'm not listening to that. Because you're such a bad person, and you're going to lose everything, and you're never going to have anybody in your life, and blah, 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 blah. And that's what it does. That's what it does. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows that the voice in your head is not your spirit guides, it's not God, it's not Jesus, it's not an archangel, it's freaking ego. Telling you all kinds of BS that is not true. How you're going to absolutely fail at everything. Well, guess what? That meditation changes that. It clears the fear of failure. And I'll tell you what, do it. Please do it. It's 17 minutes. Please do it. Go someplace calm. Even if you got to go to your car, right? Doesn't matter. Someplace where you don't have to pay attention to anything but the video. Very, 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 I'm telling you, it will change that part of yourself. Because we all have the fear of being a failure. Swear to God, we do. And that comes from our childhood. And what our parents said to us, and our brothers and sisters said to us, and our classmates said to us. Somebody else's mom or dad said to us. And Spirit has talked about that forever. Forever, forever, right? That we can take something that is this big, and ego will make that thing into a freaking mountain. It's not. It's not. But it hurt our feelings, right? It hurt our heart. Because when we come to earth, we're clear. We're clear. Society and how we live is what makes our heart smaller and tougher and less open to love. And we have to. Because the future is nothing but that. That's what's so cool, right? All the stuff we're going through now is just transformation. And it sucks. It truly sucks. But every week it gets better. Every day it gets better. Every month it gets better, right? Every year it gets better. Does it seem to us in a 3D world? No. Doesn't think like that at all, right? It's like, oh my God, why? Why? Well, guess what? Clear your freaking mind. And sometimes you can't, and that's okay. Sometimes I can't, and that's okay, right? And you have to let yourself do that. Instead of getting mad at yourself because you can't, ego's like, yeah, baby, keep on getting mad at yourself. I gotcha. I still gotcha. Yes, I still gotcha. I don't have to work as hard anymore. Yeah. Watch how you are to yourself. How kind are you to yourself? Sometimes we can be brutal, truly brutal, especially in this time where everybody's foggy. Everybody's foggy. They don't know up or down, right? And the day changes, and the days go really fast. And then this morning again, and okay, what the hell's going on? And you can't really keep track of anything, and you can't focus on anything. Yeah. And if you're in the wrong energy, which we all can be, you can say some brutal things out loud to yourself or in your head. Don't say them in your head, say them out loud. At least you can listen to them and go, oh, shoot, I shouldn't have said that. Sorry, Bill. I do that often. Because I'm just on coast, right? I'm just on coasting, right? I'm just allowing them to bring me what they need to bring me without any resistance at all. See? And that is what is cool. Now, I'm going to tell you guys this, that I learned this from Brenda, my quantum healer, on Tuesday. When I started this journey in 2014, my spirit guide said, because I'm a Capricorn, of course, I want to drive everything. Okay, we got to get from here to there. Okay, we'll make that in record time. No, Bill, you won't. Yes, I will. Of course I will. Just tell me what I got to do. No. No, Bill. No. Like, what do you mean no? Nobody tell me no. Do you know who I am? I'm freaking... They didn't like that very well. And so what they did was keep telling me, Bill, just chill. I can't chill. Come on, I want that. Come on, I got to go. No. No. You can't... Are you kidding me? What do you mean no? So I learned to coast. Right? So now, through Brenda, my guides say, okay, Bill, you got to take control of this. You got to get control of this. I'm like, okay, what are you talking about? You told me that if I just chilled and we do our thing, you'll just bring it to me. Is that how it works? Well, not always. With you got to start grabbing hold of it. You got to start controlling it. Okay, you tell me not to control it. 10 years ago, right? Well, that's 10 years ago. Like, okay, but I'm the same person. So why did you tell me this sooner? Because you take control of it when you weren't supposed to take control of it. Right? So our guides change the direction of where we're supposed to go. What Spirit wants to get across, right? That what they tell us now does not mean it's the same thing in 2 years, or 5 years, or 6 years, or 20 years. It can be not the same. And that was hard for me to swallow because I'm a trusting human being, especially when it's somebody from there, right? So that kind of put me off. I'm like, okay, so how do you want me to do this? Because there's no instructions. No, there's not, Bill. We need you to focus on higher dimensional energy. We need you to focus on doing your meditations. Okay, well, I live alone. I live alone now with a new puppy. How am I going to pay those bills? Oh my God, humans and money. You have this whole thing about every month you need this amount of money. Yes, Spirit, we need that amount of money because you got to pay rent. And you got to pay car payments, and you got to pay the heat bill, and the water bill, and the sewer bill, and the electric bill, and then I got to buy food. So, okay, come on, what are we doing? Don't worry, it'll come. So you want me to believe and trust you that you want me to take hold of everything, but there you just said I got to trust that it's going to come. I don't have to work towards it. No, but you don't have to. I'm like, well, why don't I have to work towards it? If you want me to, Spirit said, oh my God, there's 3D again. Like, okay, I get it. But you have to make me understand which way you want me to go. How can you do both? How can you take control of a situation and the future, but then hang out and just, don't worry about it. Everything's in the vortex. Everything's coming. It's on the way. I understand that. But don't need to do something for now because money's not flowing into my bank account? No, not really. Okay, we got to have that serious conversation. And that was Tuesday. And we've had that conversation. And I'm like, okay, I trust the money's coming from the future. And all of us need to, right? We all need to understand money's on the way. And I talked to Kimberly this morning, and her and I are on the same page with that. She said, Bill, I always know money's coming. I said, granted, I know my money's coming. It's coming. But they want me to, and they just want me to chill and let it happen. Okay. But I still have bills to pay. You'll do fine. You'll do fine. Okay. Trust in them, right? That's the way it is. Not easy. It's not easy at all. Especially for a person like me, who I've never needed anybody to help me with anything. I always made enough money. I always took care of myself. I was always this guy. And that's the purpose of money not flowing into my hands. Because now it's time, Bill, for you to accept people helping you. I don't need, but no, you just got to tell me what I got to do. No, Bill. You got to put that force field down, right? That independence that Spirit loves to hate. And let other people help you because they can. Because you've been so generous your entire life, it is time for you to allow other people to help you. Why would I do that? How come I just can't work for it? We're trying to teach you something, to let something go. And I get it. I've got 4 or 5 people right now who are helping me out of the blue, not with money, but with things that they do very, very well. Like Sherry did a house clearing on my house when Lee moved out. Okay, perfect. That took like 2 hours, 3 hours of her and I talking about it, right? And then I met another person who, out of the blue, and I was doing readings on Saturday and I didn't have anything booked until this one person booked at my last appointment at 2 o'clock and did our little Zoom, right, our thing. And first thing he comes up, he goes, "Who the hell are you?" I'm like, "Why?" He goes, "Holy moly, your energy is like a volcano." I'm like, "Really?" He goes, "Man, oh man, I've never met anybody like you in my life." I'm like, "Really?" We talked for 2.5 hours. He's so connected to the divine with all kinds of retreats that he's gone on and all these cool things that a Capricorn would never go on, just because if I'm not going to get something out of it, I'm not going to pay for it. I'm not going to do it. You know, we always have an excuse for not growing on somebody else's time. We have to grow on our time. Well, he makes pyramids. He made me a pyramid, and I'm going to grab it because it's freaking cool. I don't know what's in it. He said, I don't have any idea what crystals are. I don't know what they do. I don't do any of that because they don't resonate with me at all. But he made me this pyramid. Cool, right? And it vibrates when I grab it. It's so freaking cool. And I don't know, again, I don't know enough about it. It takes my breath away, kind of, too. See? And then he made me a tower. And I knew this guy a week. A week. He goes, "But I'm supposed to do this for you." I'm like, "What do you mean you're supposed to?" "No, they're telling me I'm supposed to do this for you." I said, "No, me being the guy that I am, I don't let no one give me stuff like that. Because I don't know what's in it. Do I trust you? Are you black magic? Are you from the divine? Are you, what are you?" Right? And Spirit said, "No, take it." Like, okay. He brought it to my house. I said, "No, I'll just meet you at like McDonald's." "No, I can bring it to your house." I'm like, "No, that's okay." You know, and Spirit said, "Let him bring it to the house, Bill." I'm like, okay, dude, bring it to the house. Brought it to the house. We talked for about 2 hours. He played with Daisy for 2 hours because you wouldn't leave him alone. Yeah. But then I got a tower, I've got this, and it's cool as hell, right? I don't know what it does, but it's supposed to make the energy of my house that much more balanced, more, I think that's what it is. Yeah. So allowing myself to take that gift, allowing myself to allow him to heal parts of me because he's a healer, blows my freaking mind. And he came out of nowhere. That's what I'm saying about everything, you guys. If you're in that place of surrender, and I don't want to cry. If you're in that place of surrender, they bring you what you need at the right time. It's for us to accept it. And that's what Spirit always says about the money you want, the house you want, the car you want, the boat you want, whatever you want, a second house, whatever. You have to be in the place of surrender for it to be allowed to come to you. Because surrender is light energy, like 4th and 5th dimension. 3D is hard as a freaking rock. It's as hard as this. It's hard as this pyramid if it was empty. You can't accept things. So for me to accept, I only accept it because of them. Or I would have said, "Okay, man, gotta go." Click. I said, "No, that's okay. I don't need anything like that." And I've done that many times. I've done that so many times. It is crazy. And let him work on me, right? He tries to heal things in me every day. Why? Because I'm supposed to. They keep telling me, "You got to take care of Bill. You got to take care of Bill." He goes, "I didn't even know who the hell Bill was until that Saturday." That's what Spirit says all the time. Once you surrender and allow them to bring you stuff, the stuff that you need that you don't know that you need, to get you to the next level. Like I always say from Spirit, if something comes to you, you gotta take it. You gotta take it, right? Like a meditation, first meditation on your on your YouTube feed. If you don't have a YouTube feed, you better get one. Because that is an amazing way for them to communicate with you, to get you into a higher dimensional energy, and to actually have you hear them as you say, thank you, Spirit, that was freaking amazing. Right? Because it's electricity. So are they, their energy. Same thing with Facebook, same thing with Instagram. TikTok too. I don't have TikTok yet, but yeah. But as you hit the heart thing, right? Algorithms work. They truly work. And they can manipulate the algorithms to give you what you need. All of our guides are our guides, nobody else's. Don't share them with anybody, right? They know everything about you. Let them take care of you. And I never have, right? Just give me what I got to do and I'll do it. And Bill doesn't work like that anymore. Okay. Don't worry, Bill. You'll know it when you'll know it when we send it, when you get it. I'm like, okay, only people I trust is them. And they want me to change and go back to engaging with running my business and getting into doing more things on the internet because we're not in 3D anymore. Bill, come on, you got to use the electronic media to get your message out there. True. Not this month because it's April and it's crazy, right? I've tried to get myself motivated to do it. No. I do Coach for the Soul every Thursday, no problem at all. See? So it's super, super important that as we go through the month of April, we go through into May and June, that we are conscious, that we're surrendering, that we're doing our meditations, we're going outside in the morning, right? Whatever. Breathe in that freaking air. It ain't clean that much, but you know what I'm saying? It's fresh. And that's what's important. Drink your spring water, right? Because it's what it's about. Because as we go forward, we get closer and closer to the water, to the ocean, okay? And we start to learn more and more about the oceans and how they're going to take care of us. Because that's where we come from, right? Don't make it as hard as I did to move forward. Like I said, Spirit doesn't talk to me in a conversation in a very long time, right? When I'm doing readings or when I'm doing this, easy. But any other time, no. Brenda gives me messages now, every 3 weeks, but it's changing because I said, F it. I surrendered already, but I'm like, okay, nothing's going on, so I may as well just screw it, you know? Well, that worked. Made me horribly depressed and like WTF, but I had to be WTF and I had to be severely depressed to let that shit go. And now I have a pyramid. And he said he's making me one that's like 4 foot tall. I don't get it. I don't understand it. He could tell me probably 5 or 6 times and I have to be like, okay, that's great. Not a clue what it does, because it doesn't resonate with me. The energy does, but what is inside the pyramid does not. And I find that fascinating. Yeah, I find that fascinating. So that hour went fast. Make sure that you hang on, Spirit. They want to make sure, because sometimes 2 guides talk at the same time. I need to talk to the first guide. That take care of yourself, love yourself, do your transformation as quickly as possible, but you know your rhythm. Okay, go with your rhythm. Don't let ego get involved in that rhythm. Because trust me, you will meditate for a week and do your breathing for a week, and you'll be outside for a week, and then be like, oh my God, you know what? I really don't feel like it. And he goes like, yeah, baby, I got your back. Yeah, all right, sister. All right, mister, let's go. Let's rock and roll. And you go right back in the pit. Right back in the pit. Okay? So, yeah. From today until the 20th of April, I'm doing half-an-hour readings for 60 minutes, okay? Because of tax day. They're like, okay, you know what? Again, throw caution to the wind, Bill. Don't worry about that. We'll be okay. Okay. They told me what price it was. Okay, fine. I'm like, oh my God, really? It's half price. It's over half price. So if you want a half an hour reading, billhobart.com, because they're kind of filling up, and I'm kind of surprised. But they're not surprised at all. All right. So that's going to go to the 20th. All right. What else? What else is going on? I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. Once we get out of rain and we start get into the end of the month and everybody starts feeling better, okay, things will shift. Things will change. We'll be less foggy. Okay. So yeah, I guess I'll see you guys next week. Oh, I know it. I know it. Would you guys? I'm gonna post the video on YouTube at 5 o'clock because I have a reading at 4. I forgot to exit out, so somebody picked it up, which is kind of interesting. So I'll be putting it on YouTube at 5. If you guys could please remember to go to YouTube and like my video and leave a, even if it's just an emoji, right, in the line, thank you, whatever. I would love it. So if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Leave me a comment, like the video, like all the videos if you want to, if you have some time, help a guy out. Yeah, if you guys need anything, you know where to find me. Okay, it's you can message me, you can text me, whatever. Okay, I'm not gonna put it up there because they scam me and stuff like that. They copy it and say that I'm calling somebody and I'm really not. Yeah, but I'll see you next Thursday for Coach of the Soul. Thursdays at 3. See you guys.